That I'm live. Let's move this a smidge back for a night like tonight. I think it's appropriate, don't you guys think? Oh, that was a bit ambitious, wasn't it? Here we go. I mean, that is as close as you're going to get to perfection in a beer, isn't it? Cheers. It's all foam in any case. I think I'm gonna have a quick shot. I don't know whether you guys follow the whole Israeli thing. They responded today to the attack against them from Iran, and I have more questions now than what I ever had. Hold on, let's get a whiskey. I think a whiskey would be appropriate right this second. Hold on. And I don't think I'm going to play around tonight. I'm going straight for this. Whew. And the thing is, I had a whole bunch of these jokes planned for tonight. Oh man. But it's obviously not a jokey evening. It's not something you can do. Not after this. Maybe I'll feel the worries of the world disappear smidge after having one or two of these. Cheers, guys. Happy Thursday evening. What is it, 10 past 10? Ooh. Wow. That did warm me up considerably. I do have the AC running. Today's day one of running the AC, just purely because it's that hot. I think today was what, 82 something. I saw at one stage it was properly warm. 87. Well, there you go. 87. That will definitely warm you up, I'd say. Anyways, so for a night like tonight, for a day like this, for a time such as this, I'm going live, and all I have to say is the only thing that gets me, I'll move this back even further a smidge. The thing that gets me the most out of all of this is the fact that I have three boys who are of meat to the grinder age. I have a 22-year-old this year. I have a 20-year-old this year. I have a 18-year-old this year. My 18-year-old is finishing school, and then I have a daughter. But my 18-year-old, he's finishing school this year. And thus, I have three boys of the right age to go into the military. And I must be honest, I am a little bit concerned for conscriptions or how that would work. I have no idea whatsoever. However, I am well aware of the fact that it is reality, and I want my boys to be safe. I don't want World War III to break out. I think it's ridiculous what's going on at the moment. I think this entire situation, the fact that Russia and Ukraine and the fact that Israel and now, well, Iran is screaming at each other, I think it's ridiculous. I say my boys, their lives are more important to me than anything else, to be honest with you guys. What a somber this live stream is. Oh my goodness, it's awful. Well, let's see if we can cheer this up just a smidge. Cheers. But, you know, the reality of the situation is these aren't things that you can miss. You cannot look past it and not see, you know, 5 steps ahead of you what may be coming our way. So I'm obviously spectacularly concerned about the future and so on. And then I think the other piece that people forget is the fact that, well, I'm getting nearer and nearer, and my wife's getting nearer and nearer to retirement, and you know, I'm not necessarily in the mood to deal with a lot of stuff that I fear that may be transpiring at the moment. So I try and mitigate my way out of those as far as I possibly can, and here we are. I just hope and pray that calmer minds may prevail, I suppose. Anyways, whiskey did take the edge off, which is necessary. All I can say is I'm not saying world peace. I mean, obviously that's a dream, but peace is in my prayers tonight, because I am obviously concerned for my 3 young sons and so on. So anyways, I think let's see if we can break the mood just a smidge with hopefully something funny. What's the best part about living in Switzerland? I'm not sure, but the flag is a big plus. Fine. Yes, it is a big plus. That is true. That is true. Cheers. I decided to sell my vacuum cleaner. It was just gathering dust. Oh no. No. Okay. Have you heard about the restaurant on the moon? Great food, no atmosphere. Oh no. Didn't want to believe that my dad was... Nah, let's not go there. Yeah, definitely. Why do dogs float in water? No, I've read this before. Okay, here we go. I can't stand elevators. They drive me up the wall, or drive me up a wall. Fine. Let's go there rather. So, yeah, I think for a time such as this, we shall have maybe one more Jack Daniels. Just in case. Just in case I need it. I'm not sure. But it's definitely for a time such as this. I live streamed earlier tonight. I wanted to see if I could use my iPhone as a pairing with this phone my minimalist iPhone. I wanted to see if that would work, and I haven't checked the quality of the video, so it's going to be interesting to see how that pans out. But that was kind of the gist of it. I wanted to make sure that it would work. I'm still not entirely sure whether it worked, but we'll find out. I'll go and have a look tonight. Anyways, cheers. I think we definitely have a interesting time ahead of us by far. I think this, yeah, let's not get back into the conflict with Israel and now Iran. But yeah, I definitely think there's an interesting time ahead of us. When I look at what we've done this past year, it's only April now, but when you think about it, we're in the middle of April, approaching the end of April. So then it's May. May is full on, it's properly hot. June, obviously very hot. July, scorcher. August, scorcher. Things start to return back to normal in September, and then September, October is nice as well. End of October is a bit chilly, but that's fine. November, December, the year's up. So I was talking while I was driving, I was talking a little bit about inflation. I don't know how YouTube sees that, but after that live stream, I received probably about 5 to 10 videos in my feed regarding the inflation. And you always think you have it bad, but then you listen to other people's stories, and my heart just goes out to those people who are really suffering. This one girl, she was explaining, she has a house, a couch, a bed, and a car, basic stuff like a dryer and washer and stuff like that. Nothing major. And she was saying she's struggling to make ends meet. And I know for a fact that there are a lot of people struggling at the moment, and I think we're all in some form or fashion, struggling. But I was listening to this young lady talk about it, and about her experience with inflation, and it just boggles the mind. I don't want to say I live large, I really do not, but I have enough to have a whiskey, and I can have a beer, and I have food in my house on a daily basis. I don't live large, but I'm surviving. And then I look at some other people, and I just, it staggers me, it boggles my mind that there are people that's really struggling that much. And it's easy for a lot of people to say, well, they're struggling because of, and people can give excuses or reasons for them struggling. I think everybody's struggling under the pressure of inflation, so let's not take that away. But let's rather look at it from the point of view of, there are definitely people that need some assistance. And to them, I'll say cheers, That one hit the spot. The first one was good. This one, brilliant. John Doe. I do not, mate. This is just age, and it aged well. But yeah, thank you for that. No, the beard is definitely something that's an acquired taste, and I'm very well aware of it, and I'll accept that. But to that, I'll say cheers, mate. No, it was. I was talking a little bit about inflation, and before that, I was talking about the ridiculous conflicts in the world. I just find it atrocious, to be honest. So, trying to get my I'm trying to get myself out of this, uh, where you see all the stuff, but you're trying to let it dissipate. Sitting down. So I'm not from Holland or Germany, mate. Sorry. Crackback. Yeah. So it's a thing in Germany where, um, oh, I missed it. Why? Don't restrict it. No. Why would you restrict it? Anyways, so it's a thing in Germany where men sit down. So yeah, no, not at all. But yeah, mate, happy to have you here on such a day as this. To be honest, I'm pretty sure you've joined this stream maybe once or twice before. And if you haven't, sorry, mate, but thank you for joining this time. Always good. I shall crack a joke at you. Was so beautiful. Okay. Okay, here's one, mate. The wedding was so beautiful, even the cake was in tears. Okay, here's one, John Doe. What's the difference between ignorance and indifference? I don't know, and I don't care. Okay. Yeah. Here's one. Want to hear a joke about paper? Never mind. It's terrible. Oh, such a time as this. Anyways, I see the shorts live section. So a lot of times I'll sit down and I'll watch, and there are definitely some good shorts going live these days. I think to some extent the content has definitely been on the increase and definitely been improving. So yeah, it's always fun watching. Sometimes I'll lay down and just have it on for 15-20 minutes. Yeah, so it's definitely, I reckon that as things improve and as things get better, these live streams, but the vertical ones, not the horizontal ones, it's just going to increase and get better and so on. So I'm actually looking forward to it. But yeah, anyways, it's definitely been an interesting day. Hope you guys have had a fantastic day. Thursday It's always interesting, I suppose. Friday is definitely going to be interesting. That much I do know for a fact. And the weekend, yeah, I can't wait. Not to be funny. I mean, I'm not wishing my life away, but to be honest, just to hopefully sleep in a little bit. After you mow the grass, you can have a little bit of beer, you can sit down, relax, life's good, living's easy, that type of lifestyle. Finish fitting doorknobs and so on, which is what I'm doing. It's just insane, but it's good fun, it keeps you busy. So yeah, my daughter took one of the rooms downstairs. Well, it was the bedroom I prepared for my brother-in-law, but so last weekend I wanted to fit new doorknobs. She'd already ripped open the box and destroyed it and so on. So so it's standing on the bar at the moment. The catch-all. And yeah, I need a chisel because this, I don't see, it's probably somewhere. There's a piece that fits in here that houses the lock, and that piece is a little bit bigger than the previous doorknobs, so that I've got to chisel out. But I had a look at my chisel collection. For some reason, they have disappeared. Now, I do know that one of my kids were doing woodworking at some stage, so I have a suspicion that it disappeared with him. But no matter, it's like $10 or something at Walmart. I don't know what it costs, but whatever it is, just go and do it, get it over and done with. So that's the plan this weekend. I've got to finish these 2 doors, and then the last room that my brother-in-law now will sleep in, hopefully, unless Haven takes it. Let's not go there. But which she shouldn't. It'll be fine. That room that I'm preparing now, that yeah, there's doorknobs, painting, a ton of stuff to do. It's going to be good. It'll be fine at the end, I'm sure. I may live stream some of it, I did it last Sunday. Had some music on. I did see that if you play music in the background while you're working and so on, YouTube will give you it's not a strike. It's called I was a little bit shocked, to be honest, that they would care about a little channel like myself. So if you see right there, last Sunday, that one, it says what? Copyright. So if you click on copyright, it will go and tell you what was copyright. Well, and I know I was listening to Sisters of Mercy and then Steely Dan, and yeah, but it was interesting where it says so it didn't see an impact there, so I took that as a possibly good thing. I'm pretty sure they don't want you to play music all the time while you're streaming live, but I suppose it was in the spirit of the stream. I don't know why they had mercy on me by not giving me a community strike or whatever. Maybe it was in the spirit of, the guy's busy working, assembling stuff and so on, and let's have mercy on him. I'm not entirely sure, but regardless, it was fine. Nobody shouted at me. It was fine. So I took it in good spirit. Also, did not delete that stream. I just left it there. So if YouTube comes back to me and says, well, you kind of have to remove it, by all means, I'll do that. I just didn't think it was appropriate. I thought it was, in good spirit more than anything else, and possibly a little bit of free advertisement for the bands. So that's why I saw it. But anyways, that's not important. Well, 25 minutes live, my word. Now that's a name I do know. There we go. No worries, mate. Absolutely very glad you're here. How are things going? This side I'm having a beer. I've already had a couple of these, so yeah, no worries. Let me catch you up with the conversation. I've been trying to crack a couple of jokes, but I was talking about my stream on Sunday. I was listening to some, Steely Dan, obviously. Things are well, and that's nice for a change, yeah? Good week, enjoying the springtime, hopefully. But yeah, Steely Dan and some Sisters of Mercy. And I've got a bit of a thing on my YouTube. I have no idea why they had mercy on me, to be honest with you, but I took it in good faith. So all good. Anyways, but yeah. Oh, there we go. So I don't know whether you saw there was a strike. So this is the very limited knowledge that I have. But from what I understand, Iran attacked Israel. Israel responded, and apparently that's live at the moment. And I haven't spoken to my wife yet, but I was talking about it earlier. I have 3 boys of the right age: a 22-year-old this year, 20-year-old, and then an 18-year-old. So like 2 years apart. But they were all that military age, which is just a little bit concerning, to be honest. So I don't know what's happening or what's being planned at the moment, but it's definitely going to be interesting. And then the other thing that I was talking about was inflation. I was watching this video about this young lady. She was talking about she doesn't live this huge life. She has a house and a car and couch and bed and washer and dryer, the basic stuff. And she was saying, well, she's struggling, and it dawned on me, I don't want to come across as a bleeding heart here, but I don't live large, but I do enjoy my whiskey every now and then. I do enjoy a beer, so I too can complain, but I don't. I think I'm okay. I'd like to think that I'm okay. I can't say that I am, but I think we all suffer a little bit. But yeah, I've got food in the house and a whiskey every now and then and a beer, so for all intents and purposes, I can't really complain. So to that, I'll have a sip, I suppose. Other than that, I think it's a good time to take stock of where we are, and hopefully not take life too serious, because it's so easy to get trapped, you know, in a moment in time, and consider, yeah, everything without getting too philosophical here. Let's have a look at a dad joke, you know. Anyways, where does light go? No, 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 no. Let's not go there. That could be read as yeah, as something else. Let's not go there. No, come on, give me a good one. Why am I not getting any good ones? Here's one, okay? Yeah, yeah. Inflation, massive driver, mate. It's tearing the financial world apart. But you know, I hear you. And then you know, everything else, I just hope and pray for the best. Okay, an apple a day keeps the doctor away if you throw it hard enough. Yeah, that's very true. This one I've read before. Where do pirates get their hooks? Secondhand stores. No, no, this is too much. No, it's not working for me. I'm sorry. Just not working for me. But yeah, you know, I think we all have the same, similar at least, dreams or similar ways of looking at life. I want the best for my kids, my neighbors, my friends, you know, everybody. I wish everybody just the best, and I rejoice in people's victories. I'm happy when people do well. And I think this is a difficult time for a lot of people. So I think it's important to always remember that. I was telling this story earlier, and I feel it's quite appropriate. So this morning, I dropped a little Haven off my young daughter, and so I'm in the far right lane, so the slow lane, but then there's a lane to the right of it where you could turn. And what had happened was, and I didn't notice it at the time, to the extent of what it was there was a young lady who was sitting next to me, but she wanted to turn in front of me because obviously she made a mistake. She thought the lane would carry on straight, but it didn't. And so when I pulled off, pulled away, I was ahead of her, and I kind of felt bad about it. But what happened was, so I was in front of her, and she tried to get in, and as soon as she came in behind me, I realized what she was doing, and I immediately said, "I'm sorry," and she waved at me, you know, "That's fine." I kind of felt terrible. My wife was next to me, and I said, "You know, this." kind of makes me feel bad, because I hate it when other people don't show, just that little bit of mercy on the road. And I don't know whether she was on her way to a doctor's appointment or to a job interview, or what was happening in her world. And it felt like I withheld mercy from her, unintentional, but still, nonetheless. And it kind of bugged me. And tonight there was this guy in a Dodge Challenger, the big one. I think that's a Challenger. Anyways, let's not go there. But he was in the left-hand lane, and there were people driving really slow. He was driving a little bit faster, and I had to slow down for him to get in front of me, and he said thank you, and so on, and it almost felt me, that almost had me feel a little bit better. I thought, I kind of made up for driving in front of this lady this morning. So, it's, just being decent these days. My goodness. I think there's so much stress on the roads and so on, and so many drivers these days who, I suppose they struggle with, I don't know, rage or something on the roads. It's absolutely atrocious, I reckon. But anyways, enough of such things. I think if I had to quantify everything happening at the moment, I think we have to look at it from the point of view of there's still a lot of good stuff happening in the world, and it's just, even if you have to go look for it, I think we have to. We can't just sit idly and just see all the bad things happening. We have to see the good things. There is a ton of good things happening out there, so it's just finding those and making sense of it. But anyways, I can waffle on for hours. I see I've been on here for 37 minutes. I think it's time to call it quits. I'm kind of interested in a couple of other streams at the moment that's running. There's normally a couple around about 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night, my time, Eastern Standard Time. That Standard Standard Eastern. Anyways, doesn't matter. Going live. Well, they're normally live by now, but by now I'm normally just done with dinner and a beer and so on, and I can sit down and enjoy it. So, yeah. It doesn't spread as well as the bad stuff. That's so true. Much better, yeah. Yeah, I think the thing is, I think there's a lot of good stuff still happening, and I think we get so quickly distracted or focused or transfixed on the bad stuff because it's so easily accessible to us. The really good stuff is not always so easily found, but yeah, it's good nonetheless. So anyways, well, I think I'm gonna call it, mate. I appreciate you joining. Always a pleasure having you here. Thanks for sitting down, having a conversation and so on. I appreciate it, and I saw there were a couple of other people that also joined. Thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate it. I'm gonna call it, and I reckon tomorrow night I'll be in a slightly more, well, I don't want to say better mood, but tomorrow night hopefully nothing happens, so it'll be better. But anyways, I'm gonna call it. Thank you so much for joining. Have a fantastic evening. See you guys tomorrow night. Cheers. Well, there we go.